Oh man, what's going on today? Nothing lined up. It's like a million degrees outside. Got nothing going on. Oh, what do we have here? Let's go check it out. Whoa! Special delivery. Let's check it out. Alright, so check it out. Super excited because my Model Y roof rack came in the mail, and let's see what we got going on. So, we unboxed it. We have the two rails, roof rails in the box. We have the owner's manual. We have stickers that you put on the car to protect the paint from the mount. We have the caps that go over the mount area. And there's a baggie here which comes with mount foot pads, nuts, one for each mount, the bracket bolts which go under the glass, I believe, for the mounting point, and an Allen key, two keys to lock it, a tool that looks like is there, which is, I'm assuming, to pull back the weather seal, or get the rubber gasket seal on the roof, and then measuring tape, looks like. So we're gonna read directions and see how hard this is. So the first part of this process is to use this measuring tape that comes with the kit, which comes with two sides. There's inches and there is centimeters. So the instructions say to measure 227 millimeters, so there's 10 millimeters for every centimeter. If you go to 22, that's 220 millimeters, and then go to 7. I actually measured it twice, and it's about 226 millimeters, but then you can see the arrow, which I'll show you in a minute. Then after that comes a multi-step process of cleaning the area really good. So I just used warm water and buffed out really good to get all the dust off my car. And then applying these labels onto the frame of the car on the paint that will align. So each wheel here is identified for which sticker of the tape you should apply. After that, there's a method of pulling back the trim using this tool. After you apply or pull the trim back, so you stick this underneath behind the weather stripping and pull it back, and you'll be able to get the metal bracket underneath, which looks like this. And once the metal bracket is underneath and you are able to get it into place, then the rest of the process will be repeating that for each of the 4 areas on the roof of the car, and then tightening down the bracket per the instructions. So I'm going to get started. I'll show you where the arrow marker is. Even if you don't measure it, it's pretty easy to find if you just look on the glass of the car. So here I am on a step stool over my car, which makes it a lot easier without having to lean and scratch the car up while I'm working on it. And I've found the arrow, so it might be so hard to see, but right here there is actually a template painted arrow underneath the glass that shows you exactly where you need to go. So it's just a matter of applying this tape, the bracket per the instructions, pulling the weather seal back, and then screwing the bracket down. So I'm going to do that and see how it goes in the first one, and then I'll quickly go through the rest of them before attaching the rest of the roof rack. I just wanted to show you a close-up of what this looks like for the first one. You can see that you pull the trim back from the side like that, and you angle it in underneath the trim and pull it up so it's straight in line with the arrows. So you can see the middle of the bracket is in the middle of the arrow. Now it's just a matter of putting this on. Now just repeat that for all four. Alright, so next up is installing the cross members. One is wider than the other one because of the shape of the car. The rear of the car is not quite as wide. It tapers in. So the shorter piece will go in the rear and the wider piece will go in the front. Alright, so one of the last parts is tightening with wing nuts with the included Allen key. It says to do it to 2.5 to 3 Newton meters of force. I don't have a torque wrench to measure, so I did it till I felt like it was tight, and I aligned the alignment arrow here with this line here. I still could turn it more, but I feel like I'm scared to do damage to the glass roof, so I'm going to see if I can maybe borrow a torque wrench off somebody and come back and check it. But for now, I'm just going to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, which it feels like they're all pretty solid right now. It's just the glass roof being there. I'm afraid to tighten it too much and shattering it, so I did it till it was snug and tight, and then one more, and then I turned it until that aligned. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Not going anywhere. So I'm just going to lock these and put the trim pieces on, and then we'll do a final review. I just want to show you a key feature here with the key, no pun intended. On the Yakima rack, when you turn, there's actually a little pin that comes up to lock the nut. So if you look real closely here, you can see in here, there is a pin. When you unlock it and lock it, see how it's locked, it goes up? And that keeps people from stealing your roof rack because they can't undo and loosen the nut on top without that being unlocked. That's a pretty cool feature by Yakima on the rack. Alright, so we're all done right now. I didn't time myself, but it seems like that probably took about 45 minutes to do, with taking my time and really looking at the instructions and the roof markers. So here's the last look here. With the caps on it. So I'm back inside because it's really hot out there. I was kind of dying installing the roof rack on my car. Everything was really easy. The instructions were very clear, and everything is marked perfectly. So every little label tells you the direction the front of the car faces, and then which wheel of the roof rack you should be working on. So the pads, the stickers, they all are marked. The only thing that's not marked is the hello. The only thing that's not marked is the actual crossbars that go on. My daughter playing tricks with me with Rabbit. The cross members. So each cross member has an arrow pointing to the front, and it's really easy to figure out because the front one is a lot wider than the back one, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm looking at it, and I can't even look at it.
Look, you look down here. And a couple notes that I just wanted to make were, one, you might want to avoid when it's really sunny, because like I put my hand on the window on the roof of the car and it was extremely hot. So be careful of that, and make sure you clean the area really good. And then the manual I can't find online, but they do send you a manual here. And the important note I wanted to make about that was, if you look here, there's a max load rating of 165 pounds, rabbit ears. And the only other note I wanted to make was, if you look in the back of the manual, you'll find a lot of really cool comic strip looking things. Like, don't smash in your garage with a bicycle. Right here. Make sure that the front of your luggage carrier is tapered in the front. Don't exceed the maximum weight rating. Be careful in the car wash, so you might want to wash your car by hand if you're going to have the roof rack on. And secure your load, otherwise crazy stuff might happen, like your car flipping over, a road runner running in front of your car, crazy stuff. Yeah, so overall, I'm guessing like 45 minutes it took, and it was very easy. You might want to have two people help you on the part where you're putting the cross member over the top. If you're not confident, you can hold it, and it wasn't that heavy, so for me, I could hold it pretty easily on a step stool. But if you are worried of dropping on the glass, have somebody else help you lower it down the nuts. And then if you have a torque wrench, definitely use one of them. I just turned the nuts until they were snug, and then did 1/2 more turn until the lines were properly aligned on the bolt, to make sure. I don't want to tighten it too much. Normally I would keep tightening something, but I'm really worried about the glass breaking from tightening it too much. I did pull it, and it did feel like it wasn't going to go anywhere. In the directions, it actually says to vigorously pull it in all directions to make sure it's not loose. So for now, that's all I'm going to do. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you like these videos, subscribe below, and share it to your friends, and leave some comments below. And thanks for watching. Peace.